Nick, what you got there?
This is a 3D Lab Prints Zero, so 3D printed Zero.
So you buy the STL for this?
Yeah, buy the STL, which comes from 3dlabprint.com. And I think the STLs are about £15 on these, something like that.
Which means you can just print it again and again and again, right?
Yeah, and then it's all lightweight PLA, apart from the cowling, which is in normal PLA. And actually, if I printed one again, I'd probably print it double wall, because it actually needs the nose weight, right? Because it's a warbird, so it's inherently short-nosed.
And it's 4-channel?
It is 3-channel, technically. So yeah, it would be ailerons, elevator, and then obviously throttle.
No rudder?
No rudder.
Doesn't need it?
Doesn't need it. No, flies just fine without it. So got plenty of power, plenty of go. Runs for easily 10 minutes on a 2200 3S. So it's on its second flight now. I had about 6-7 minutes earlier, and there's 73% left in the pack.
Amazing,
so
isn't it?
Gonna have another couple of minutes with it now and just run that pack out a bit. And yeah, like I say, it's all spring loaded for the hinge for the mount, if I can get it open. So actually pops off for the canopy, and then underneath just got ESC battery, obviously everything shoved up the nose.
Yeah.
And then the one servo just to do your elevator, and the other servos are in the wings. And it's one of the usual ones with the cheapest servos possible. So I think they came out of an Acro what.
Oh right, you've reused crashed parts.
That's it, yeah. Banded on wings, no carbon at all in this model. So it's just a strip of PLA filament, which you run through a bit like you would with a shop flyer, and then just run super glue across it, and that gives it.
I guess it's not tremendously fast, so maybe it doesn't need it, right?
No, yeah, it doesn't. It's not really too fast. This one was one of the early ones we printed, so it's getting a bit floppy now and a bit saggy in all the control surfaces, but still flies just great. So.
And what are the hinges? Sorry, you use Mylar or?
No, the hinges are also a strip of PLA, so they're literally pushed in from here. So you slide them in through there.
PLA would be flexible. I thought you'd have to use TPU.
So they're actually a hinge. So the actual strip of PLA, unprocessed PLA, pushes in through this hole here.
Oh, I'm with you.
And then goes all the way through there,
it's
all the way
like
through there, and all the way through there.
A segment of filament.
Yeah. And again, if I did it again, I'd probably use a piece of carbon, but. Yeah.
If it works.
Yeah, it works. It works. So the only carbon it's got in it's a piece there and a piece there, just for the wing bands to hold on.
Right.
So
cool. Right. Give us, show us it flying. I'm intrigued.
Usual torque roll of a warbird.
Yeah, but you have no fear when it comes to launching your own models, do you? I was quite amazed earlier you discus launched that...
Well, you can't always rely on someone being down the field.
No, true enough.
It's incredibly light, so it flies really, really slow and light on the wing. A nice big loop in the middle.
You've been 3D printing quite a while, but have you seen massive difference, changes over the last few years in what you can print and the materials you print with?
Yeah, I mean the lightweight PLA obviously is a huge game changer. Because it's half the weight of normal PLA, so that helps. But probably the biggest change now is the designers are printing the vast majority of them, or setting the vast majority of them up, so that they're in vase mode, which means that your head's not having to retract with the filament.
Oh, I see. So it's quicker print time then, basically.
Yeah, well, it's quicker and it's cleaner, because the problem with lightweight PLA is it's active foaming. And the thing with active foaming is it doesn't stop foaming. So even when you retract it, it's still coming out the nozzle, so you end up with a lot of stringing. So if you can print it without the head having to lift, then you infinitely get a nicer print.
Yeah, so. Gotcha.
And everyone's going to moan about the sound because I forgot to stop
Oh no, don't worry about that. I'm using the external mic, just that. And there's people do moan about audio on videos, rightly so. On the previous time we were out, we didn't use the external mics. I just used the mic with the fluffy mount that I'm using now. But it's on windy days, it's really necessary. I've just got a bit lazy, but we did it earlier today. But the wind has died now, which is nice. It does make you wonder where we'll be in 10 years time with the hobby. You know, 3D printing, is it just going to evolve and get better and better, bigger and bigger printers? You know, you print a whole wing, you print a whole fuselage, different materials. Will we be able to, I think people are printing with carbon filament these days, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
Even metal, I think.
Yeah, they can print bridges and everything actually, so you can print a lot of
concrete
things.
Printing.
Yeah.
Not for a model obviously, but people will be printing buildings, just moving the printing machine onto the site and telling it what to print, and it prints a whole building for you.
Concrete might be a bit heavy for a plane.
Yeah, I think I have seen it done. People try to do it rather.
There we go. We'll go out for a landing.
Brilliant.
Because the only thing with 3D printing, you obviously have to remember to try and land it as gently as possible.
Yeah. Quite a bit more fragile than the equivalent foamy, obviously.
Yeah, I mean lightweight's actually pretty good because it's quite flexible, so it does actually have quite a lot of give. You know, we were flying the Helix earlier on, and you know it does, even if you come in a little hard, it does actually tend to bend rather than break. But everything has its limits, right?
Yes, of course it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for the demo of that one.
No worries.